Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Steven here and welcome to my full review of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. So I've got this little baby here from Banggood.com. As always, there's a link down below in the description, so make sure you check it out. And I've tested now for around 14 days and I think it's time to give you the full review. So let's get directly started and let's have a closer look at the specs of this little device. Now guys, I have here the basic version of the Redmi Note 2, so it's the white version, 16GB, 2.0 GHz. There's also the Prime version, which comes with a higher clocked SoC, so basically it's 2.2 GHz, and in my opinion it's not really worth it, so 0.2 GHz doesn't make a huge difference. And also more memory also not, because you have the option to put in micro SD cards to extend your internal memory. Okay, so the system on chip, it's the MTK Helio X10, so it's an octa-core processor, 64-bit support, and runs with a clock here at 2.0 GHz. It comes with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of ROM, but yeah, for sure there are different versions, but that's the basic version. We have a 5.5-inch display, full HD resolution, IPS, not the best panel, but still looks pretty great, so I just enjoyed the Meizu M2 Note display a bit more. Then we have a 13-megapixel rear camera, 5-megapixel front-facing shooter, a 3020 to 3080 mAh battery. You will see the measurements just a little bit later. It runs MIUI 6 straight off the box, and you can flash MIUI 7 without bloatware, but also without the Play Store and everything. So you have to tinker a little bit around with the software. Then it comes with dual band Wi-Fi, 2.4 and 5 GHz. Couldn't test the 5 GHz band so far. Wi-Fi, GPS, everything in there, as I've said. And yeah, if you're located in Europe, then I have a bad news for you, because there is no LTE band 20 in there. So if your country needs it, like Germany, then there is no LTE for you. So that's the only downside here so far. But still, if you have a look at the specs, great specs for a low price, below 200 euro. Okay, then now let's get directly started and let's do a quick unpacking. Alright, I won't do an unboxing right now, but there is one on my channel, so if you want to see it, make sure you check it out. But it comes with all the basic accessories. First of all, here we have the charger. Come on, camera, focus. And as you can see, there's quick charging. So we have here the output, 5 volts, 2 amps, that's 10 watts, and you can charge it up to 60% in a little bit less than 30 minutes. So I've just measured that, and that's pretty good. The only bad thing, I have to use an adapter here in my country. As you can see, this is the American power socket connector, and I need the European one, so that's why I had to use an adapter. USB port is straight in, and the charger really does a good job, so you can charge this phone pretty quickly. Okay, then it's micro USB, so not USB Type-C, just like the Mi 4C, so there's a normal micro USB cable included. Absolutely nothing fancy, some paperwork from Xiaomi, but that's basically it. So here are the main accessories you get with the Redmi Note 2. Now here you can see my measurements regarding the battery capacity. So here we have the milliamp counter, and here we have 2884 milliamp hours. Okay, so this is for sure before the battery charging circuit and at 5.2 volts. So if we multiply that by the voltage here and divide it by 3.6, 3.8 volts of the battery, and then also multiply that with the efficiency of 0.8, and we end up with 3050 milliamp hours. So the battery capacity on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2 is absolutely real. Now the battery life due to MIUI could definitely be better, so I'll just show you a Geekbench battery test. And here it is, 6 hours 40 minutes, and that's from 100 to 1, and also with dimmed display, SIM card inside and everything. So well, here you can see it, so normal battery drain, nothing special, so no hard drop. And well, from my tests and my experience, the screen on time was just about 4 to 4.5 hours on daily usage, and this could definitely be better. So MIUI has a lot of crap in the RAM, and also yeah, it's a really RAM eater. I don't like it so much, and it could be a little bit more optimized also for the chipset, the Helio X10, to get a little bit more out of the huge 3050 milliamp hours battery or something like that. But well, if you're a casual user, normal user, you will have no problem to get through the day, and if you're a heavy user, then get yourself a power bank or maybe some spare battery. But also with my usage pretty a lot, I had no problem to come through the day. Now here's the smartphone, and let me give you a quick walkthrough, so show you the smartphone from all sides. First of all, let's get started here with the front side. We have the 5.5-inch full HD resolution display. Looks actually pretty good, just the Meizu M2 Note display maybe, because it's in the same price range, looked a bit better, but nice colors, great viewing angles. Also, yeah, it could be a little bit brighter in my opinion, but I had the same problem on the Mi 4C for some reason. Okay, the cool thing about MIUI MIUI, you can set the color tones in MIUI. That means cool, warm, as you like it, so you can tweak it. That's pretty cool, and it's really easy to do. At the bottom here, we have capacitive touch buttons, so they light up in red. Red backlight was somehow off in MIUI 6, so I've actually flashed MIUI 7, and yeah, the ROM you get from Banggood, it's not really good. Okay, so here you can see the black bar around, actually the bezels, sorry. There's not really a black bar, but nice bezels, 3mm on each side, and completely black front, which looks really good. At the top we have light and proximity sensors somewhere here, then here in the middle the earpiece, front-facing camera 5 megapixels, and there's a notification LED, which I can show you a bit later. Okay, so far so good. Not really sure about the protection of the glass, but not so scratch resistant, so get yourself a screen protector with the smartphone, it's definitely worth it. Here the backside, you see, looks a lot like yeah, all other Xiaomi's. We have here the speaker placed at the bottom, then here we have the Mi logo, single LED flash, and the camera is here placed in the middle, not like on the Mi 4C in the corner. And yeah, the back cover is detachable. I will show you that just in a second. Then the buttons, they're integrated into the back cover, so that's basically the right side. Here on the right side we have the power button. Feels really good to press, not loose. Here also volume up, volume down button, which is a single button, and it's made out of plastic. Looks a bit like metal, but no plastic. At the bottom we have the micro USB port, so there is no USB Type-C, and we have here the bottom microphone for doing calls. Okay, then let's have a look here at the top side of the frame. So here we have an IR blaster. IR blaster fully working with my old Toshiba TV. Maybe it's not working for all devices, but there is one Mi remote application, and you can also check out the Peel remote, as I will tell you a little bit later. Here at the top, another microphone for noise cancellation, and here we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. Alright, so on the other side of the frame there's actually nothing, and now we went through everything here from the outside, so it's time to get off the back cover and check out the inside. So there we go. As you can see, there's some anti-radiation sticker or something like that, and here the buttons are integrated into the back cover. Alright, this is how the phone looks from the inside. There's a massive battery, so this is a real power brick. Let's get out of the phone. And there we go. So yeah, this is really massive. The battery capacity is real. I've measured that, and it's not so accurate with the measurements, but trust me guys, the battery capacity is real. Here we have the 4-pin battery connector, serial number, blah blah blah, 3020 milliamp hours, as we have stated before. Okay, so here the phone from the inside, stickers, blah blah blah. Here the second SIM card slot, so it's a dual SIM phone. Here the first SIM card slot, as I've said before, no band 20, that's something which really sucks. Micro SD card, 64GB, not a problem at all. Speaker here at the bottom. The sound experience on the Redmi is actually pretty good. Didn't expect that. And yeah, antennas here in the corners, so very basic design, very lightweight, but build quality, as we know from Xiaomi, is pretty okay. Alright, then let's put everything back together. Battery back in, back cover back on. The weight, yeah, I will just put it on a scale right now to show you the weight, and then we'll just power it on to continue. Alright, now here's my cocaine scale, and there we go. Here comes the smartphone, and it weighs 158 grams. So actually pretty lightweight for a 5.5 inch phone. I've had way heavier phones, just like you could tell, with metal frame, but well, it's completely made out of plastic, and for that it's pretty okay. Alright, that's the weight. Now let's power it on, and let's have a closer look at MIUI 7. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now the phone is up and running, and this is MIUI version 7. Pretty snappy, and I had no problems so far with lags here in the UI. But well, MIUI version 6, which was pre-installed, was really a pain in the ass because there was so much bloat on it and crap. So I had to go to MIUI and flash the latest version, which is MIUI 7 stable version. Here you can see the release number. Okay, Octa core 2.0 GHz, blah blah blah, so the usual specs, and here we have system updates. So every Friday there's an update, and for sure you can also update, for instance, oh well, there's already an update, which I haven't done, but just some bug fixes and optimization. So you're always up to date with MIUI. That's a good thing, and that's why a lot of people probably love it. I don't love it so much. Okay, SIM cards and mobile networks, as everything, here can just configure your dual SIM configuration. We have Wi-Fi, and regarding Wi-Fi, I have to say Wi-Fi is pretty good. Here at the network of my neighbor, I have really completely good signal to my router, which is in the next room. Here the NVRAM warning error. So this is quite common with MTK. If you flash a new ROM, you can destroy your NVRAM, and that's a problem. So that's not a Wi-Fi, that's a bug. Okay, we can go back here. Bluetooth was working pretty good. I've streamed music to my car radio. And yeah, you have your notification settings. So I don't want to show you all MIUI features because there's so much customization. As always, different wallpapers. There are different themes for MIUI. So you can basically download themes, and that's pretty cool. So if you're into theming, MIUI will be cool for you. You can change the system font. You can change the DPI settings, the text size. Here we have display settings. So basically here the brightness level, also color and contrast. So that's what I've said before. You can go to more on the cool colors, warm colors, and that's a pretty cool thing, or just leave everything on automatic. Okay, we have, for instance, lock screen, so there is nothing extraordinary here, so just pattern, PIN, password. There is no fingerprint scanner, whatever, but I don't think it's really useful because sometimes it doesn't work really good, as I see on my Lenovo ZUK. Do not disturb mode, light mode, child mode, additional settings, blah blah blah, privacy, language and input, that's probably important. Basic MIUI without customization is English and Chinese, I think sometimes French too, but you see, not multi-language. There is a multi-language ROM on NeedROM, but I haven't tested it out, so you would have to check out if there are different languages. Now, as I've said, battery is pretty good. Actually, yeah, it could be better. And you have seen the Geekbench test, so around 4.5 hours screen on time. Okay, internal storage. Now, from the 16 gigabytes, you have 12.5 gigabytes, and available after you have installed some apps. Probably 11, I don't remember anymore, but I've installed some games and now I have 9 gigabytes usable. Okay, here we have the SD card, so the 64 gigabyte SD card working like a charm, and 30 gigabytes still usable. Okay, so that's working. Then they say 32 gigabytes is only usable, but my 64 gigabyte SD card works here pretty good. Notification light, yeah, you see there are different colors, so it's an blue color, red color, yellow, green, cyan, white, and violet. So that's for the LED at the top, and it's a multicolor LED, something I really like. Also, for instance, you can configure all your buttons and the button light when it should light up. So there's a lot of customization, but the bottom buttons, they only light up in red. Okay. Here you can see some system apps, so what was basically pre-installed. Here some installed apps, and here we can check out apps running in the background. So here you can see basically what's running there, and there's also a lot of crap running in the background of MIUI. So yeah, the optimization could be better, and it's a little bit of a RAM eater, but so far I had no problem with the 2 gigabytes, so it was still kind of smooth and snappy. Okay, as always, you can just go down here and get your notifications, and with status bar, swipe here to the left to trigger the quick toggles remote. We have here different audio profiles, lock screen, Bluetooth, mobile data, home, do not disturb mode, brightness, and the torch, which I can show you here, but we'll also test it when the light is off. Alright, MIUI, as I've said before, there is no menu, so basically everything here on the home screen, you can have folders, you can arrange everything. So we can do a quick phone test, 147, some very popular number, so I can show you that, and there we go. And here's the speaker, and the speaker here in call mode, it needs to be a little bit louder maybe, so in my opinion, but the quality is pretty okay. And also, for instance, if you listen to music, then there is no problem with, oh sorry, yeah, I just wanted to talk about light and proximity sensor. So you see it shuts off the display, and that's pretty good. I'm just always a bit nervous because sometimes somebody's picking up the call from the hotline. Okay, as always, browser, so refreshing pages, no problem, pretty smooth, but the standard browser is in Chinese, so you will find some Chinese crap on there. Okay, here we have different themes, as I've told you before, music player app, also with an equalizer, so you will find it also in the tools. Here you can see the camera, and there we go. So I would say let's go quickly outside to doing a quick camera test. Just in advance, the camera is average, the rear camera. Front-facing camera is quite okay, so nothing too fancy, and you will find sample pictures on chinadevices.com. So guys, we're now here outside in my garden to do a quick camera test on the Redmi Note 2, and well, so far as you can see, the camera is really not laggy, absolutely smooth. We have here the shutter, and you see there is absolutely no shutter delay, so you can capture photos really fast. It's already a bit dark here, but to show you the basic functions, it should be okay. We have here HDR, we have here the LED flash, we can switch it to the front-facing camera. So it could be just a little bit more wide angle, but pretty cool. Also you have here H detection, so I'm 24 Hey, 24, awesome. So yeah, it somehow detects it. It depends. If you have less hair, then you maybe look older. It's a strange thing. Okay, so we have tap autofocus also here. We have pretty good lighting adjustment. We have nice colors. Just it could be a little bit more wide angle. Now here you can also see the shutter. So also not that fast, but a little bit faster, a little bit slower. We can go here to different filters, and yeah, Japanese, fisheye, hipster filters, all that usual crap. But we can also, for instance, trigger here face beauty mode, which I have currently here on mid. Oh, sorry, I just closed the camera. So let's switch here back to the rear camera, and here, for instance, you can trigger all the camera modes, different settings. On the other side, you have the filters again. So there is manual mode to adjust ISO, everything. We have here timer, face beauty mode, panorama, gradient, and here we have the camera settings, so I can quickly show you them. And here, for instance, the camera frame was currently on 4:3. I will just keep it on 16:9 and upload tomorrow some updated 16:9 photos. The picture quality, we can go here to high. So for the highest quality, age, gender, anti-banding. So you see there's a lot of stuff in there. And here sharpness, I would suggest to keep it on middle because on high it looked sometimes a little bit over sharpened. Okay, that's basically it. So this is how it looks now in a full screen. Still very nice, and you will find all the sample pictures on China devices, so make sure you check them out. So camera looks very nice colors, also nice lighting adjustment, and pretty fast shutter. Okay, so you'll now see some sample videos, and all the sample pictures will be on ChinaDevices.com, so make sure you don't miss it. So guys, here's a quick back camera video test on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. We're currently here outside in my garden. It's already a bit dark, but as you can see, the lighting adjustment works pretty good. Also the outer borders, it looks quite sharp, so not only in preview, also on the computer, so the video quality is quite okay. Colors, they look quite tasty. It's now set to full HD recording, and yeah, everything on automatic settings, automatic lighting adjustment, as you can see. So also if you just try to focus on the sky, the plane here, you see also here the trees looks kind of sharp, not too blurry. So really nice, and I would say let's go quickly inside so I can show you how it performs in darker areas. And there we go. So let's go inside, let's close the door. And well, and yeah, the LED flash is now working, as you can see. So the single one is quite okay, but yeah, it does not really light up here the whole area, so more closer distances, 1 meter, something like that, a little bit more. With my S6, for instance, if I'm in video mode and I record this room here, I can also see everything in the background, like here in the store, everything. But here, yeah, the distance, it's not so good, and it could perform a little bit better in darkness, but so far quite okay. Maybe here also some close-ups with the flash, and as you can see, the focus here works pretty good. And here the text, for instance, it's very small, just a couple of millimeters. And the macro distance, it's around 7 centimeters. After that, it's not really able anymore to focus. But you can see macro recordings. That looks kind of good here on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. So guys, here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. Now, it could be a little bit more wide angle, so I have to hold it here like 70 centimeters away from my body to get my face here and the upper body on the picture. Then just check out here some things in the background to see the sharpness here from objects which are more far away. You see lighting adjustment works, also pretty good. And so far I'm quite happy with the front-facing camera quality here in video mode. Then also face tracking is working, face beauty mode, and it looks really quite okay. Just I wish the lens would be a little bit different for a different wide angle aspect, just like on my S6 for instance. But so far as I can see, the quality looks very nice, lighting adjustment, colors, and that's pretty good. So that was a quick front-facing camera test on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. Oh yeah, so that was the camera, all in all, quite average, and the camera application, it's something I do not like so much, but the camera application can be changed for sure. Okay, next thing, Play Store, and I want to talk about this a little bit now. Basic MIUI doesn't come with the Google Play Store, you have to install it, so there's an Google Installer APK which installs the framework, all the necessary services, and also the Play Store for you. Always make sure you have the latest version of the framework installed, otherwise you will get unsupported apps, or you can't find all all new applications, and you will just find outdated applications. So if you cannot find Modern Combat or some new applications, then it's probably because you have some outdated framework version. So if you're really not into Android and you just want to have a working phone, multi-language, then keep your fingers off that phone, because you will have to mod a little bit. Okay, here we have tools. We have Mi account, so there's also one Mi App Store where you can find apps basically like the Play Store, but I don't like to use it. We have an update application to update the system system, so basically every week. Audio recorder, radio with the headset working pretty good. Also the 3.5mm audio jack, very nice quality. And yeah, we can just, for instance, go here to the left to check out the compass, because north is to the left, and as you can see, northeast, actually north is this direction. Yeah, it's working pretty good, southeast, and also this direction. So well, compass is working pretty nice. There's a magnetic sensor inside, so that's pretty good. Yeah, and we have the usual stuff, report bugs and downloads. Then yeah, regarding security, stage fright has been fixed because MIUI really weekly updates also in terms of security. We have here usual stuff that was pre-installed, Mi Video, One Tap Boost, some other games, and yeah, here we have some benchmark applications I have installed, and here we have the Mi remote, which I want to show you. So I've basically used that with my Toshiba TV in my sleeping room. Works really good, so you can change the channel volume, and you can also add other applications. So you just have to go to plus to add, and for sure at the top you have Mi TV and Mi Box if you have that, but you can even control fan, air condition, projector, salad box, your camera, so the possibilities are almost unlimited. Okay, then here you can see that Google installer, so basically that installs all the Google stuff for you. It's actually really easy to do, but if you're a total Android noob, then maybe find someone to do it for you, or keep your fingers off that phone. Okay, basically that's everything here in the settings. Just want to show you the basics, otherwise this video is getting way too long. And now I would say let's do a quick speaker test, LED flash test, the usual stuff, and after all this you will hear my conclusion about it. Right guys, here's the LED flash test, and there we go. Here comes the torch, and as you can see, kinda bright and really white, and if I look into that for a single LED flash, it really hurts in my eyes. So if I hold it here like 30 centimeters away from the desk, can light up almost here the whole desk, so the whole area, and then radius of radius 30 centimeters. So that's pretty good. LED flash, not too bad. But well, the camera in at night could be a little bit better, as you have seen in video mode. Now guys, here's a quick speaker test here on YouTube. Just found this fucking awesome track here on no copyright sounds, and I have to say also the 3.5mm audio jack, really nice. I've used them with Xiaomi pistons, and also maximum bass, no distortion, really good. So here you can hear the speaker, rear speaker, and there we go. Damn, the track is really nice. Oh fuck this shit, what have I done now? Okay, so here you can hear it. And clarity, really good. Also a little bit of space, not too much, but well, also depends with what you feed that little phone. And also pretty cool with the equalizer. You can, for instance, also tweak, just like CyanogenMod, the rear speaker. Okay, so speaker quality actually quite okay, and nothing to worry about. Now guys, here's a quick GPS signal test, and I'm now currently driving around for 1 hour here with this application, and we can have a look here at the signal bars. Now the weather conditions today not really the best. It's kind of cloudy and gray, but you can see it's average signal to we have a couple of green bars, which is good. Also here on the map, a couple of yellows, but not a really good signal. So the signal here just looks average. So let's check out the accuracy. So it's currently stuck here with 8 feet, which is kind of strange because usually it goes up with the speed. We have here 23 satellites in view, 16 in use, and let's go to the Android's GPS test application to check this out. It's a different GPS test application, but basically it does the same thing. And here you can see GLONASS is working, otherwise we wouldn't have had so many satellites in the GPS test, and also here you can see it. So 5 Russian satellites, 10 American ones, and we can have a look here at the signal bars. So this looks okay, but also not really the best signal. So you see we have a couple of red or yellows, and that means just average signal here on the yellow ones, or on the red or orange ones, not such a good signal. So alright, so this is just the signal test when I'm driving around here. The accuracy is also here stuck with 3 meters. It doesn't depend on the speed, and we have 18 out of 19 satellites. But the good thing is it finds a fix within just a couple of seconds. Now it's really not the best weather, but it found a fix within 3 to 5 seconds. So guys, here's a quick real-life navigation test with Google Navigation, and even though the signal didn't look so good in the GPS test application, probably because of the weather, it works pretty good here when we do a real navigation. So I just now took a wrong road, and you see rerouting just took a couple of seconds. It's not jumping around, and also if I drive here a little bit faster, absolutely no problem. Holds a steady signal and doesn't lose the fix. So the good thing about GLONASS and all that is it connects to a lot of satellites. Even though the signal may be not the best, you have a lot of satellites, so if you lose some, you regain some. And all in all, there is no problem to hold a steady 3D fix. So well, I will do a little cut here right now because we are now stuck in red traffic lights. So guys, I did some more testing. I was driving around through the city, some pretty high buildings, and yeah, I had no problem with losing GPS or whatever. Also, if you drive outside of town and if you drive pretty fast, it can hold a steady 3D fix, which is a pretty good thing. Also, GPS is quite accurate, so it's not really lagging behind. I can now show you, for instance, when we reach the road right over here. So I will tell you when we exactly reach it, and there we go. So the road is right now to the right, so this is pretty accurate. And also, for instance, if you take a wrong road, it reroutes you within seconds and it doesn't lose the signal at all. So pretty good job. Today not the best weather conditions, so I'm quite happy with the GPS performance, even though the signal didn't look so good in the GPS test application and Androids, but I will do further testing when I'm done with it. Righty right, the benchmarks are finished, now let's have a look at the result. First of all, as always, Antutu benchmark, and we get an incredible score, 47k, 64-bit support, and here you can see it, info. So MIUI 7 is here based on Android 5.0.2. But we have 64-bit support and really nice performance. It's the MT6795 as always with the PowerVR G6200 GPU and Full HD display, 13 megapixel rear camera, blah blah blah, 2 GB of RAM, system storage and internal storage right over here. Here you can see that the 6795 clocks from 400 up to 1.95 GHz and it has 8 cores. Regarding the ranking, so performance same as the Galaxy Note 4, almost same like the Zenfone 2 LG G4, so they're very close together. There are not so many points here in the difference. Okay, 47k, very solid performance here for the Redmi Note 2. Here we can have a look at CPU-C, and here you can see once again 400 up to 1.95 GHz, scaling governor interactive, here the device info, screen density, then here system, there is no root access by default. Battery, here the temperatures, and it gets a little bit warm though while gaming, but not too hot, so not so hot that you can't hold it anymore. So I would say it was around 50 degrees or something like that, so pretty okay, no real overheating. And here you can see the sensors, which you're going to check out just in a second in the sensor box. But first of all, the Geekbench 3 benchmark. Geekbench 3 benchmark finished, not so impressive single core score, but impressive multi-core score of over 4000, and here you can see the result, and in comparison, for instance, with the S5 or some other devices right over here. Okay, that was the Geekbench 3 benchmark. Then let's have a look here at sensor box, and here we can see that we have an accelerometer included, light sensor, orientation sensor, proximity sensor, sound sensor, magnetic sensor. Only thing which is missing is temperature and pressure, which is kind of useless in my opinion. Okay, here the gyroscope, and the gyroscope is working, so you can also use it for VR. Magnetic sensors are pretty cool, so you will get a full VR experience all along with a full HD display. So if you have some kind of Google Cardboard, no problem at all. And also the magnetic sensors really working, shows here the micro Teslas in real time. Okay, speed test, here's the result, very incredible. So this is on 3G, guys. This is really the maximum I can push out from my provider. 28 megabytes down on 3G, so why would I need 4G? And 4G wouldn't work in my country because of the bands. So 4.3 megabytes upload, okay, that could be better, but I'm not uploading over my smartphone. Okay, here MTK settings, I can show you here the band mode, and SIM 2, GSM, and here we have SIM 1, for instance, GSM, here quad band on WCDMA, then LTE, band 1, band 3, band 7, you see band 20 is missing, but 38, 39, 40 and 41 is in there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, last but not least, stage fright. I can show you here the test. And here the stage fright detector not vulnerable, and here we have the one from Asset, and here you can see once again, so it has been fixed in MIUI, and that's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, we're now here playing Modern Combat 5. I think everybody knows that game, and you see it's really smooth, but sometimes there are some micro lags, so a bit of micro stuttering, maybe due to that massive multi-core performance. But let's just go and let's play a little bit. So explosions, a little bit of stuttering, but you see then when you game it's really smooth. So this is a very nice Modern Combat 5 experience. And there we go, so let's go a little bit. Oh, I'm so bad in this game, I absolutely suck in shooters without gamepad. And there we go. So you see there's a little bit of lag, but not really much, and the overall gaming performance is really decent. So well, I will just show you the view here from the outside, and there we go, and get me up. Alright. There we go. And yeah, it gets a little bit warm near the camera, just a little bit, when you game for a longer time, and also, yeah, the battery performance during gaming is not really the best. And it gets a little bit warm, as I've said, but not really hot, so let's jump down there, because actually on many devices it starts to lag a bit, but here you can see a very solid experience, so feels absolutely nice, and the gaming performance here is really great. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. All in all, it's a really nice phone, so if you consider a phone in this price range, I will give you 3 inputs: Lenovo K3 Note, this one here, or the Meizu M2 Note. So basically they are very good devices. I really like the Xiaomi, but I can't deal with MIUI. The update to MIUI 7 was a real good thing, because the battery lifetime is now way better, more than the 4 hours on-screen time, and yeah, that's just based on my experience here. It also depends on the display brightness and everything, but you have seen the Geekbench battery test done with MIUI 7, so the battery lifetime is okay. The camera, blazing fast autofocus, yeah, full HD recording, and it looks pretty good actually. It just could be maybe a little bit better, so it really comes down to personal preference if you check out the pictures, and always check them out on chinadevices.com. The next thing, GPS looked kind of bad in the signal test, but in real life navigation I had absolutely no issues with navigation. Then regarding gaming, gaming performance is solid, sometimes a bit of micro stuttering, but almost not noticeable, and it does not get that hot like an MIUI 6. So an MIUI 7 phone gets a little bit warm on the backside for sure, heat dissipation has to be, but not really hot that I would say it's dangerous or whatever. Now I really like notification LED, the backlight on the buttons, it looks absolutely sexy. It's a simple device, but basically a huge upgrade over the first generation of the Redmi Note. Okay, so all in all, I can just say thumbs up for this device, a super great device, and yeah, if you're looking for a phone, €200 price range, then definitely have a look at the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. So thanks for watching guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Please leave a like and maybe subscribe if you want to, I would be really glad, and see you soon in the next review. Have a nice day and bye bye.